Hi, today we're going to be talking all about why it is so important to understand our sexual behaviors rather than pathologize them. My name is Fran. I'm a sex counselor. I support men in getting more of what they want in the bedroom. We're going to be reading all about it from the book, The Myth of Sex Addiction. And the author starts off this case example with reference to his other book, Insatiable Wives, and I would highly recommend that one as well. Let's get into it. In Insatiable Wives, I describe the story of Janice, a woman who suffered severe emotional and physical abuse as a child. It was so severe that the woman literally ran away from home and joined the circus, living with the circus for about a year before finally returning home. As an adult, Janice became a sex worker and was unable to have stable relationships, feeling that men ran away from her when they knew her history, or that she herself was too frightened by the level of intimacy and connection a real relationship demanded. But one day, Janice met Michael, and a strong connection developed between them. What made the relationship different was that Michael did not ask Janice to be monogamous or give up her sex work. For the first 10 years in their marriage, Janice continued to have sex with various men, sometimes for money and sometimes for personal reasons and desires. It wasn't about money, but about Janice's feelings of self-worth, independence, and freedom. By allowing this woman the freedom to have sex with whomever she chose, Michael gave her the ability to develop an intimate relationship that involved vulnerability and openness in a way that Janice had never experienced. Eventually, Janice decided independently to stop her sex work. Janice's story is a powerful one because it would have been so easy to consider her sexual behaviors as symptomatic of her traumatic history, to see them as pathological, to characterize her as a sexual addict whose disturbed childhood had warped her view of sex and love. But Janice's story is in fact a story of triumph. Even though she spent years in therapy, it was sexuality and embracing a non-traditional model of marriage and fidelity that allowed this woman to accept love and intimacy in her life. So these symptoms of sex addiction, this promiscuity, sex work, and rejection of the monogamy ideal were actually adaptive. Her sexuality allowed her to overcome the emotional and psychological impact of her early trauma and to heal. I would love to understand your take on this and hear from you. I just think it is such a flip from what we are taught in our culture and such an important example to discuss. So if you have questions or would like to talk about it, I offer one-on-one, but if I don't hear from you, I am wishing you the absolute best day of your life. Bye.